We live? Are we live? Let's have a look. How many views have you got at the moment? 2? Okay. 6? Hey guys, how are we doing? We're just gonna wait a couple more minutes just to allow everybody to join in the live session. But thank you very much for joining us. It's gonna be a special occasion. Cotton's very first virtual Rum Fest. Thank you for joining. I hope everyone's okay. Can you guys can you start commenting where are you from, your hometown? And can you hear me? That's a very important thing. Yeah, how's everyone? Can they hear me? Yeah? I'm all in the picture. How are we looking for, yeah? So guys, very important, a couple more minutes because we know how some people can be late for classes, but we're expecting some good things and exciting. So welcome everybody. Yeah, 27. So guys, please shout out your hometowns for me, please. I would like to know where you're from. And another thing, put down what is your favorite rum and your favorite cocktail. Yeah. So we're seeing the numbers are coming up. We're gonna start very soon. Hey Gigi. Hey Gigi, I see you. Hey baby. Okay, fantastic. Still waiting for more numbers. I hope you guys haven't cheated drinking your drinks, or drinking your rum, because it's all about the masterclass, it's all about learning, and that's what we're here about. Okay, so time, well, how are we doing for time? Okay, we'll do another 2 more minutes and then we're going to begin. North London, hello North London. Greenwich, dark and stormy pina colada, I see you. North London. Guys, shout out your hometowns please, I would like to see. Okay, so we're getting to the right numbers and we're gonna begin. Okay, Georgetown, okay. Brixton, shout out to Brixton guys. Sussex, Tottenham, Glasgow, okay. Clark's Rum Court, okay. North London, right. I'm sure it's enough time for me to actually start this masterclass. Welcome to Cotton's, my name is Rumboss, and this is our very first session for our virtual rum festival. So congratulations guys, if you was fortunate to buy yourself a pack. We were sold out unfortunately, but the next time we have plans to do another occasion. So this is going to be a teaser for those who didn't experience to get any of the rums that was in your package, but here we go. And just as a starter for myself, rum is very important for me. My background is Jamaican. My father comes from Clarendon. My mom was born over here, but she grew up back in Jamaica. And for me, growing up as a young child, you know, seeing the rum punch, the rum cake, you know, when I was sick, I used to have the Ray Nephew, honey and lemon. This is the stuff that I was brought up on. So it's in my DNA. Of course, my ancestry in terms of where rum is from, it's in my blood. So I feel it's time for me to tell a story about the background of the history of rum, because it's important for you guys to know what are you drinking, what are you consuming, and plus for today in the market, who's it helping? You know, there are communities over in Jamaica who have work down at the distillery, so you know it's helping the economy. So this is it's important to know the background, and if anybody knows what rum is. So I would like to know, if anyone else watching, does everyone know what rum comes from? Anybody just drop a comment in the comment section, please. Anybody, what is rum? What is it made out from? Are we getting any messages? No? Come on, class. I need to know. Anything? Molasses. Okay, nice. Sugarcane. Okay. That's good. Sugarcane made it into molasses. Okay, I see we have a few scholars in there. People know what rum is about. Okay, that's good. And another question which is very important. Does anybody actually know where sugarcane actually originates from? From what country? So put that down in the comment section below, because people need to know where does sugarcane come from? Found a way. Sugarcane. It's a type of grass. Jamaica? No, doesn't come from Jamaica. Brazil? Gigi, no, it doesn't come from Brazil. I know you have your sugarcane, but originally, where does it come from? Richard Briggs? Nah, it doesn't come from London. Come on, man. Mauritius? No. Southeast Asia? Someone's close. Hey, I got my man. K-Matic official. Papua New Guinea. Yes. For those who don't know, sugarcane originates in Papua New Guinea, going back originally 10,000 years. So there's an actual beetle which its only food source is the actual sugarcane, and with the scientists doing their information and their research, they found out that the sugarcane came from Papua New Guinea. Now, how it came to Europe, it's a very long journey. So from Papua New Guinea, you go to mainland China, and then from mainland China, it goes down to the Silk Roads and all the way down to India. Now, we're talking about 340 AD, there's records within India that they had sugar mills and they was actually making sugar. And obviously, as the sugars in India, we have merchants from Europe, and then from Europe, you have obviously the Portuguese, who were known to go and explore around the world. And then with the sugarcane, it went to Christopher Columbus. And we all know the story about Christopher Columbus and in far south, going around the world doing what he was doing. But hey, that's history. So, did anybody not know that, by the way, guys? Let me have a look. India, French Guyana, Nigeria. Who put Nigeria as down as for sugarcane? Oh, 1 second. There we go. Okay, let me just go back. Okay, guys, so is everything okay? Yeah, we good? For sure, I didn't knew. Okay, so, right, rum. So how is it made? We know where it comes from. It comes from from Papua New Guinea, and how it came from Asia all the way to India, to Southeast Asia, to all the way to Europe, and then from Europe to the Caribbean. But how is rum made? So it goes through quite a few processes. So we start from the sugarcane. We press the sugarcane into a machine which brings out all the juice. So you got sugarcane juice. You get the sugarcane juice. It goes through a process where we boil it, and then there's an extraction of where you boil the actual sugarcane juice, it will start to crystallize. However, there's a byproduct from that process, and that byproduct is molasses. Are we up to scratch? I only know how to drink, Gigi. Gigi, I know you only know how to drink. So, okay. So going back, so we have the sugarcane, it gets pressed, it gets boiled into a machine that processes to extract sugar crystals. However, there's a byproduct, which we have the molasses. So if anybody sees molasses is like a dark syrup, kind of bittersweet substance. So we've got the molasses, and then from the molasses, what we do, we add, it goes through a fermentation process. So that's where we add the yeast, and we add either spring water or whatever water that is located within the vicinity of the distillery. And that fermentation process pretty much lasts for 24 hours to 48 hours. So from a day to 2 days. We good? Yeah? I know you guys want to be drinking the rum. I'm like, Lawrence, get to the rum. But no, it's all about learning what rum is about. And this is why you're here for your lesson, to know the origins of rum. So anyway, go back. So we press, we got the molasses, which is a byproduct from making sugar. And then it goes through a fermentation process, and then it is distillation. Now, what is distillation? So distillation is about extracting the alcohol from the fermentation process. And there's two types of distillations, and it's all about flavor. I hope I'm not running through too quickly, guys. We good? Molasses is king. So we have two distillation processes. Which is the two main distillation processes in the rum world. So we have pot still, which draws out more heavier, more funkier, more fiery flavors for rum. And then we have the column still. And the column still draws out more lighter, more floral flavors. So once that distillation process, that's where you get the rum, and then we put it into barrels. Now, in some countries, they use different types of woods, but majority of the rums, we use ex-bourbon barrels. And once it's in its barrels, it will get matured for 2 to 3 years, or depending on what type of bottle or blend, X amount of years. We good? All right. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay. So we're all up to scratch, guys, because I'm seeing some good numbers. Everybody's staying attuned, that's nice. So we have to think, okay, so where did the whole process of rum actually comes from? So my ancestors, because I'm Jamaican, so obviously there was a time where sugar was a multi-million pound industry. We know how dark those days were, but there were times where they used to leave out molasses because they didn't know what to do with this whole drops of molasses. So, you know, my great-great-grandfather, XYZ, you know, they saw this goop of molasses. It naturally fermented. So they was like, you know what? I might as well take a sip. The slave masters used to see, what are these guys sipping? Because they're getting drunk. What's going on? We didn't give them anything. And then they had an idea, you know what? We can turn this into a rum. We can turn this into a spirit. So rather than exporting from Scotch whiskey and cognac and champagne, we can just make it here. And then that's where the whole boom of rum that happens back in the 16 to 1700s. 1700s. And the earliest recorded rum goes back to Barbados. Now I know Jamaica and Barbados, we're in a very fiery rivalry in terms of who made rum first, but unfortunately there's paperwork from Barbados going back to 1703, which I did have a bottle of Mount Gate. Yep, 1703, I am right. And there are usually 3 styles of rum. It's not an official thing, but I'm just condensing it down for something to make it a lot more easier for yourself. So we have an English style of rum, which uses more pot still. So remember when I talked about the distillation process, we have pot still, which draws out more funkier, more heavier flavors, which is why if you ever sip a lot of Jamaican rums, it's a lot more punchier and it's a lot more fiery. There are also Spanish styles rums, which usually only use column stills. So remember, like the Bacardis, the Havana Clubs, are a lot more lighter in terms of profile. So mostly Spanish speaking, and then we have the French style. So remember when we talked about rum was being made from molasses. So for the French, it's not molasses, they use the fresh sugarcane juice. And they have a time limit of 24 hours? 24 hours from juicing it to get it fermented, and then put it through the distillation process. So for you guys, let's say there's 3 main processes. We up to scratch? Right? Are we ready to drink? Guys, are we ready to drink?
Yeah!
Agricole. Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah, of course, Agricole. Love Mount Gay. Guys, I'm loving the comments. Keep commenting. I need to see the likes. Let's keep going. Come on. So guys, before we start with the rum, make sure you have a glass of water. And I hope you lined your stomachs. Because boy, you know, we've got quite a bit to sip. Yes. So I'll be the first. Okay, so... Oh, and the Veritas. What was the shit? I need to pop that up again. Colors. 1 second. Just a second, guys. Guys, put in the comments. So, where does rum originate? Well, the sugarcane. Where does sugarcane originate from? I will need to see it on the comments. Are we getting answers in there?
Blue.
Yeah, it's blue?
Blue.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you. Are people commenting about the... Guys, where does sugarcane originate from? What country? Please. I hope you guys are listening. Aye, okay. Hazley, Z2, yeah. Somebody's paying attention, that's good to see. Yaxine AH. Yeah, everybody's up to scratch. Now, I don't. Who's putting Mauritius now? Please, come on. Pay attention. Pay attention. Papua New Guinea, amazing. So everybody's listening. And what are the 2 main distillation processes? So you have your molasses, which gets fermented. So we turn the molasses, the fermented molasses, into rum. What are the 2 main distillation processes? Comment below, guys. Comment below. Comment below. Now, who's putting Nigeria down? Somebody's repping Nigeria hard. Now, to all my Nigerians, I know you like to claim a lot, but this time, no, you're not in the story yet. If I drink, I might be able to recollect a bit more. Don't cheat. I haven't even started talking about the rum yet, please. Okay, it looks as if Hazley is on point. GMCAA is on point. With the pot still and column still, that's good. Mr. Chris, yeah, you're good. Okay, everybody's, okay. That's good. Everybody's up on scratch. That's nice. So it was blue. So the first rum that we're going to go for is the Veritas, and that's on the blue label. So if you look on top of your bottle and it has the blue sticker, please pour it out. And guys, stay hydrated. Make sure you're drinking your water. So the Veritas is Latin for truth. So the whole point of this was meant to be designed for bartenders and to make great and light and refreshing cocktails. And what we're going to do first, before you sip, be patient guys. We're just going to give it a little swirl just to open up the rum. And then we're going to give it a smell. And I want everybody to start commenting, what are you smelling? What are the smells that you're getting from this rum? That's the wifey there.
Huh? No, it's the wrong person. It was the wrong person. Sorry, it was the wrong person. I just realized it's the wrong person.
So guys, let me see the comments for those who brought the package. And if you didn't buy the package,
There we go.
shame on you.
That's the brother.
So we're getting some comments. What? Caramel, sugar. Bro, come on, man. What are you smelling? Just smell. I smell alcohol. Yeah, Gigi, please. Vanilla, that's good. Bananas. Vanilla. Well, personally for me on the nose, what I smell is, you know, like cream soda. Does anybody know about cream soda? Because all I'm smelling is like butter, cream, vanilla and caramelization, yeah? Of course, I do smell the vanilla as well. My blue one is, oh shit. Your blue one is smashed in the post. Banana. So you're going back. I personally smell is a lot of cream. Oh, and we'll, to the guy who smashed one, we'll send you one. Don't worry. We got you. We got you. Or just come round, see me. We'll have a drink together, okay? Yeah, my word. So about this rum, this is made in Barbados at the Four Square Distillery. And this is a blend of pot still and column still to have a nice balance. But it's to reflect more of a lighter style of rum. So it's only aged for 2 years. And for... Oh, go for it. So it's aged for 2 years. So let's have a taste. So it's definitely a lot softer on the palate. You're gonna get all your fruits, such as like your pear, your banana, a bit tiny bits of like a butterscotch, but that creaminess, that butteriness is there. And for a recommendation for you guys, if you're looking to do a cocktail, a nice cocktail, you got to do daiquiris. So if you're at home, if you've got one whole lime, what you can do, you can squeeze, cut it in half, squeeze a lime, add 2 spoons of like caster sugar and shake it up. And if you're wondering how I'm going to shake it up, if you've got like an empty coffee jar, as long as it's clean, throw all your ingredients, add the ice, so your lime juice, your 2 spoons of sugar, give it a shake, and then you have your own daiquiri. Yeah, are we good? Guys, what do we think about this rum so far? Put a comment. Lemony tang, butterscotch. Keep going with the comments, guys. What are you thinking? Okay, someone, Kettle Sullivan, you like it? What proof it? It is 47%. So it's a bit of a kicker. So my recommendations, daiquiris, mojitos, more lighter, more refreshing. So maybe even you could do some honey, some lime, again, some white rum, and then you might top it up with some champagne or maybe even tonic water. Add a little bit of mint as well. Nice and refreshing. So we have Simon, White Brow saying it's delicious and smooth. Doesn't taste strong at all, but for 47%, my guy, you're gonna feel it, trust me. Smooth and has a kick to the end. Okay, great. So before I move on to the next rum, just a few facts. It's from Barbados, from the Four Square delivery, and essentially is meant to be for a bartender's rum. So it's great for mixing cocktails, but on the spectrum of if I want to make a drink at home, maybe you want to put some ginger ale to it, but personally I would just make a daiquiri. So remember, use 1 whole lime, cut it in half, give it a nice big squeeze, 2 spoons of like caster white sugar. Give it a shake. If you don't have your own shaker, just use an empty jar. Add all your ingredients, give it a shake. You pour it in your glass. You got your homemade daiquiri. Recommendation from the Rumboss. But it makes an excellent daiquiri or even a mojito as well. So we're up to scratch there, guys? Yeah? Are we going to be making some daiquiris at home? You've got the ingredients. If not, you can go down to Tesco after this and get yourself some lime, some sugar, and some ice. I wasn't aware of any pack. Oh. Fried sauce. You wasn't aware that, bro, you need to be looking at go and follow the Cotton's Instagram right now. If you didn't know about the pack, shame on you. But we were advertising the pack and it was available for a while. But next time when we do another session, I'm sure we'll be able for you to go online and get your pack. Okay. So next, Black Top. What was the colour for that one? My bad. Yeah. Guys, comment down below on what you think about the rums, please.
Red.
Yeah. And I hope you guys are learning something. So we're going around in the Caribbean islands. The first rum that you tasted was from Barbados. Tasty rums from the Foursquare Distillery. The head of that distillery is Richard Seal, figurehead amongst the rum industry. But yeah, this creation was for the bartenders and for people like yourself who love to make cocktails. So red, was it? The next one is going to be on your red label. Yep. And this is going to be Black Top. Oh shit, sorry.
I'll finish that with
So guys, make sure you take a drink of water, keep yourself hydrated, have a little snack. Don't be getting like too wavy. I know it's a Saturday. I hope you're at home, being safe, you know. But let's make sure that you're learning and you're taking things up. Should we rinse the glasses? You should rinse your glasses because you'll still get the residue from the rum. So bring out, you know, another 4 glasses for yourself so that you have a clean taste of what the rum's supposed to be. Also the time important. I wanted Shashberry, I wanted an easy white rum, lovely. Pouring less this time. Just had to down and ate the chocolate. I would save the chocolate to eat the rum for one of the rums. So just hold on to that. You've got a very good idea to hold the chocolate, to eat chocolate when you're tasting rum. But there's a better rum that we have available, which I will say down the line. So eat the chocolate when you eat this rum, okay? So right, the next sample is your red label. So guys, I would assume at this time you've already you cleaned your glass, you poured your bottle, your you know, not this one, not this one, not this one. Georgie Scaran, what's happening? Welcome to the masterclass. For those who just come, welcome to Cottons. My name is Rumboss. Virtual Rum Festival. Welcome. You're learning about rum. Sash, there wasn't any chocolate in the pack. Someone just happened to have chocolate. Okay, so moving on. Let me just get the bottle. What you should have poured down in your glass is the Black Top Rum. So Black Top Rum historically has been in British culture for a long time, going back to the 1700s. The reason for this, the Navy, so the British Navy used to have a rum ration where all the sailors used to have, originally it was 1 pint of rum, and then it went down over the lines, because what would happen if you had a pint of rum? You're going to get drunk. And this was a daily rum ration, so these guys were getting rum every single day. So I used to drink it. But anyway, going back to the point. So British Navy, rum ration, they used to source a lot of rums from either Jamaica, Barbados or Guyana, and going all the way over to the 1900s, so just after the World War, the British thought, you know what, we need to end the rum ration, because it was all about obviously discipline and just making sure that the sailors were fine and they could follow instructions. So I think it was in the 1970s. In the 1970s, there was a thing called Black Top Day, where the last remaining batches of this rum ration was sold. And after 1970, no more rum rations was for the sailors. And it was a very sad day. Very, very sad day. But for the original recipe mainly consists from Guyana, a bit of Jamaica and Barbados. And with this brand, it was more of it's the spiritual successor, because obviously that original batch that they had, this is a new one. So all the blends that they have is from Guyana. But actually, let me just double check on that, because I don't want to. Yeah. Okay, just a moment, guys. Guys, I want to make sure I get my facts right. So yeah, as I assume. So from Guyana, Barbados, and Jamaica. 3 different blends from different marks. And what I mean by different marks, you have obviously column stills and you have pot stills, but you might have maybe 5 pot stills and another 5 column stills in your distillery. And each pot still or column still, etc., they're called a mark. So, you know, Mark 1 pot still, Mark 3 column still, etc. So 3 different types of rum blends from 3 different countries, Guyana, Jamaica, Barbados, and this is meant to be a spiritual successor to the rum. So historically speaking, you know, what would I serve this? Maybe on an old fashioned. Being a bit frisky here, could say a Mai Tai or rum punch, but let's go back to the rum, because that's what you're here for. So guys, let's have a smell. Comment below on what you think. What are you smelling? So I'm getting butterscotch, smooth, cinnamon, that's good. I'm personally getting popcorn. Does anybody get popcorn, like sweet popcorn? Woody. A lot of rums, especially depending on their age, they're always going to have that tannin, that wood kind of flavor, because you got to think as well, when it comes to rums and its aging process, because it's in a wooden barrel and it's in the Caribbean, so you got to think wood, it breathes in. Have you ever noticed if you have a wooden door and in the summertime it might get a bit, you know, more tight? It's because the wood has expanded due to the heat. But in the winter time, it's back to normal and you can open it up. So you got to think, this rum inside this wooden barrel, and especially in a tropical country, this wood breathes in the liquid and it breathes it out. Breathes in and breathes out. So after a time, the rum picks up the flavor and profiles from the actual barrel in itself. Does that make sense? So that's where you get your coloring as well. Coloring and tannins. And tannins is just a scientific word for, you know, the wood flavor. Yes, I can smell fruitcake. You can smell, bit like brandy. Nice. Guys, I'm loving the numbers, just to let you know. Looks like everybody's very tuned to what's going on, and honestly, I appreciate all the love. Guys, continue comment, and let's have a little sip. Very sweet on the palate. Of course, you got those caramel flavors and the vanilla. Slightly with that oak. I'm getting a long finish. Are you getting like a long finish? So when I talk about long finish, what does it mean? It continually lasts that flavor on your tongue, on the back of the tongue. A slight warmness down on the throat. Oh, sorry, the proof, my bad. It is 46.2%. So again, these aren't weak rums. Not exactly navy, but strong. And when we talk about navy or overproof, I think it's like 53%, 53 or around in its 60s.
60s.
Yeah.
On
Tastes much better than the smell. Really nice. So yeah, if you're at home, old fashioned is delicious. If you're wondering what an old fashioned is, you got your bitters, your Angostura bitter, your sugar, you got your ice, you dilute it down with obviously a double measure of rum, and then you got your orange peel with the oils. Beautiful. Have you got Sunset Rum? I have Sunset Rum. If you go to Notting Hill Cottons, they have some Sunset Rum. But that's a pretty dangerous rum, just to let you know. And I always tell my friends that's the Corona killer, because once you sip down that rum, it's going to kill all the bacteria that's behind there. But be dangerous. Be dangerous. Stay safe, please. That rum is no joke. Tastes a bit like licorice. No, I agree. I used to think it was overproof rum. The best overproof rum I would just shout out Ray Nephew, and that's a fantastic one. It's a classic. We have Rumboss, which is also another Jamaican rum, and maybe I would put it on the lines. Not exactly old, but it's definitely Navy strength. Is Smith and Cross. Fantastic. Yeah, you see, Smith and Cross. But Rumboss recommendations, of course. Tastes like Bounty. Why are you guys called Cottons? Well, the previous owners was from a Caribbean background anyway, so I don't know, you're gonna have to tell them, but they were Jamaican. What about Sunset Rum? Sunset Rum, it's a good rum. But anyway, moving on. So Black Top Rum is a spiritual successor to the Black Top Day, which was the end of the rum ration for the British Navy. So as a blueprint, because it was Guyanese, Jamaican and Barbados rum, they did a modern and updated version and what we're selling today. So it's part of British history, it's part of the legacy of rum, and it's a really good rum. Old fashions, I would love this on old fashions, and just a sip on it, it's going to be delicious. Right. Next, what's up? And guys, get yourself hydrated. How are we doing so far? Is everybody up to scratch? You misread ovenproof. No, overproof. Okay. Moving on. Diplomatico is the green, right?
Yeah.
The next one, guys, we have Diplomatico. So if you look at the bottle, there's going to be a green label. So open up your clean glasses, make sure you drink some water, and you got your green label. You want some more? The team definitely wants Diplomatico. one of my favorite rums. And So around the world, each country will make its rum in a particular way, and some of the rums are actually protected in each country, and we call that a GI, and which is a geographical indicator. So the best way for me to explain that is, you know, something like champagne, and in order for it to be champagne, it must be from the area of Champagne in France. Same thing when it comes to certain rums. So in Venezuela, in order to be a rum from Venezuela, and it says rum made in Venezuela, there are certain rules and regulations, such as has to be Venezuelan sugarcane, it has to be matured for minimum 2 years, and to only use Venezuelan oak barrels.
Yeah.
And the minimum ABV levels for any Venezuela's rum is 40%. So it's a scratch, guys. Would you like to give it a smell? Very sweet on the nose. So Diplomatico, it goes back to a sugar plantation back to 1902. It started from a local merchant at the time. All they did was just make rum, and how they make rum is quite different to how they make it to the rest of the countries, but it's very interesting. So how the exclusive reserva is made. So you have obviously your pot still and your column still, but Diplomatico are very fortunate to have a very unique distillation process, which is a third one, called a Kettle Still. So Kettle Still is pretty much like a combination of the column and the pot. So apparently it's like a hybrid of the both. So more, they say it's more semi-complex, more creamier in terms of flavor notes. So what you'll find is this is about 80% pot still, 10% column still, and 10% kettle still. So it's very interesting. And also as well, remember we talked about making rum from molasses. So they also have a blend of rums which is made from sugarcane honey. And just to make sure about the sugarcane honey, so sugarcane honey is the first press of ripened sugar. The juice of that first press is then heated, clarified, and then filtered to remove any solids that may remain suspended in liquids. So on the nose, it's very sweet on the nose, but let's find out how sweet it is. Well, not how sweet it is, its flavor profile. And guys, please comment, what are you smelling? What are you tasting? Let's give this bad boy a taste. Very delicious. Oh, to the person that was that was eating chocolate, or if you have any dark chocolate available now is the time for you to take a bite of chocolate and sip on this rum, because it's a very delicious rum. And for those anybody wants to find out where they can actually buy these rums for, if you go to the Whiskey Exchange, go on Whiskey Exchange, or even come down to your local Cottons, get yourself some rum, okay? For anyone those are like, oh, where can I buy this rum? Either come to your local Cottons or Whiskey Exchange is the best option. Yeah, we're good? So I have, reminds me of honey rum, I've got cherries, chocolate, the rum is a banger. Oh my God, I love Diplomatico, cherries, oh yes, it's sweet. What else are you tasting, guys? That's incredibly smooth. This is delightful as an old fashioned. But then to be fair, what I would do personally as a bartender, just a touch less of sugar. So if I have a cube, I'll probably use less than half. Then you got your Angostura bitters and your orange bitters, dilution of ice, and then some orange oils. And maybe for a daiquiri or a Manhattan style rum, or an El Presidente. GG, my favorite so far. Would this be a good substitute for an El Dorado 12? Well, El Dorado is starting to get harder to come by at the moment. There's some politics that are going on, so maybe Diplomatico might be the safest bet if you can't find any El Dorado rum. But El Dorado 12, delicious rum. Very drinkable neat. But this is This is why we chose this rum as part of the package. Very delicious. What percentage? It's 40%. So it's at the minimum required ABV length for any Venezuelan rum. What other flavors are you getting out from this, guys? Are you getting any comments? Keep coming with the comments, guys. Or maybe because there's delay. So the next one we have is Black Hole.
Yeah, that's black.
Yeah.
Oh.
Apologies, guys. Apparently, 2 bottles smashed. So what we'll do, we'll send you one. So give us a DM, and then we'll get you sorted out. Okay. And also as well, we're doing a giveaway on the Cotton's IG on the main feed. So please check out the last post. Yeah. What else have we got? Coffee, cherries. Okay, so we can all agree that there's definitely. What do we do with the tonic? Wait with the tonic water. Don't use the tonic water left, please. Don't use the tonic water yet. You're gonna use it, but don't use it yet. Do they have an aged version? They do have a very Diplomatico do have an aged version, but it's very premium in terms of price. So unless you want to fork out the money, you can do that. But I think this is going around maybe 35 to 40 pounds. But you can't go wrong with this one. So next, we have on your samples, we have the black label. And this is going to be the Blackwell rum. Yeah, what? What's it? Yeah. So this is a limited edition James Bond version for the film. Blackwell has history with James Bond. Remember the movie Dr. No? So that particular hotel is pretty much owned by the people who do Blackwell rum. And in the latest movie, Mr. James Bond is making rum. Well, he's drinking some Blackwell rum. So as a celebration to the James Bond, they did this limited special edition bottle. Go on. I'll put it up. I'll leave it this way. So Blackwell rum has a lot of history. So the family that used to own Ray Nephew back in the day before it was brought out by Campari in 2012, they decided to obviously leave that business behind. But the now owner, Chris Blackwell, decided to start. Chris Blackwell, he's like the owner of Irons Records. Anyway, they started making a new rum with Joy Spence. So Joy Spence, she is the master blender for Appleton's. So Chris Blackwell had an old recipe from his family back in the 1700s of a particular blended rum. So himself and Joy Spence collaborated and they did a release on Blackwell rum. And Blackwell rum is also made at the Appleton Estate Factory. So let's give us a smell, and it's a blend of pot still and column still. So remember, guys, going back to pot still, heavy flavors, funkier flavors, column still, lighter. So when we have those kind of flavors, we want to make sure that we have a balance. You can get rums which are totally pot still, but I would recommend that to more experienced drinkers because it's very funky. If you want just column still, you got your Havana Club and you got your Bacardis or your Veritas. But then again, Veritas is a blend of both column still and pot still. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pour some more because I don't have enough rum. So this is aged in American oak and is aged for minimum 2 years. So guys, I want you to put down again in the comments, please keep commenting. What are you smelling? Always I'm gonna have some, you know, a little bit of allspice, some caramel for sure, and some vanilla. And then we're gonna give it a little taste. So very light. Definitely this will go down well with some ginger beer and then some Angostura, touch of lime. Daiquiri will do. And if you can make an old fashioned, but I would use a heavy sugar syrup, just like Muscovado, to give it more of a, to lift up the flavor of the rum. A bit of treacle as well. And that molasses is coming through too. Oh, the Diplomatico.
No, that's the black.
The black oil.
That's black.
So, as a bartender, black oil is great for mixing cocktails. If you're new to rum, it's great to taste as well. And just a start point, you know, ginger ale, lemonades. If you want to go even basic on a rum or a daiquiri, so remember guys, remember what I told you? You get one piece of lime, cut it in half, squeeze both halves, 2 spoons of sugar, caster sugar, and give it a shake. Makes a great tasting daiquiri. I have a comment, Daniel Monica Phillips, tea. I'm not too sure where you get the tea from, but everybody's palate is different. You know, what I'm necessarily smelling definitely might be different from yours. Everybody's palate, everybody's smell receptors is different. So don't be shy and thinking that you're smelling something different. It's everybody has their own perception. Life Cherish, the one, this was the one that I thought was like Marcella wine. Tastes a bit like whiskey. Guys, for those who are thinking why some of the rums are tasting like whiskey, so the distillation process is the same as whiskey. So you got the grain from the whiskey. It's all from the pot still. So as you're turning the raw materials into vapor and then collecting that vapor, liquidizing, and then going through that process again, it's the same process. So people always have this perception, rum is this, rum is that, but it has the same complexities as Scotch whiskey. So the same way they make Scotch whiskey, same way that they're going to be making rum. So when you're thinking, oh, this tastes like whiskey, well, although it's obviously sugarcane, and what people tend to forget, the aging process. Remember when I spoke to you about the aging process in somewhere like in Jamaica or in the tropics, it would take about, for 1 year that you're taking somewhere like in Scotland to age a whiskey, would take 3 years in the truck. So it's accelerated. So basically 1 year in Jamaica is 3 years in somewhere like in Scotland. Does that make sense? You got to think rapid aging process. So this liquid and the wood, remember the wood breathes. It's organic. So in the daytime the wood expands. In the nighttime it cools down, and the liquid inside goes in and it goes out, and it takes the flavors and the profiles from the rum. So this ages the process. So you got to think somewhere that climate in Jamaica compared to somewhere like Scotland, where it's always cool, it's always cold. That process of the wood seeping in the actual barrel and going back out again, it's going to be a very slow process. So this is why you're thinking, man, it reminds me a bit of whiskey, but this is where you get a good, not just a price point, but you get your money's worth. Because if you're getting like a 7-year-old rum, you know, 7 times 3, or what is that? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. You're getting a 21 whiskey. And we're inviting Mikey later on as well from Market Row. So we're going to have a chat with him later on, just to let you know. But yeah, we're all up to scratch. We're all up to scratch in terms of aging processes. we have in our Jamaican rum, which is from the Appleton Estate factory, but it's from the Blackwell family. And this is all about, obviously, you know, easygoing drinks, very good for mixing. And if you're especially new to rum and you want to try something nice and different, this is a very delicious rum for you to taste. What's the percentage? And guys, don't trust my math. I'm terrible with math, just to let you know. Anyway, but 40%. ABV levels is 40%. And I'm gonna have one more taste. So last but not least, I remember where we have your tonic, your bottle of tonic. We have the Market Row rum, your miniature. Does everyone see it? Yeah. So if you got a tall glass or whatever glass, let's pour it in. But some of my friends, they wanna. I've got a whole team right now, so everybody wants a little taste. Did you say this?
No, I've never tried it.
Yeah.
A wet it, yeah. A lip wetter. I get a lip wetter, you know.
So I don't know whether we should either invite Mikey now, and he could take it over. Yeah. Oh. But he's not going to see me, is he? He's just connecting. Maybe I need to put the sound up.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Hey, Mikey.
How you doing? How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, man. Welcome to Colin's very first virtual rum festival, mate.
It's good to be back, man. You're smashing it. I'm jealous I haven't got all these rums with me today. I've only got one.
Well, it's part of the life, man. Part of the life. So, Mikey, please tell me about Market Row. What's it about? Tell the customers here what they can do, what are they expecting, the background, etc.
So I'll tell you guys a little bit about it. We are a brand new rum. We are Botanical Rum that has just launched during lockdown in Brixton. So Botanical Rums are easily kind of mixed up with spice rums. It's a similar kind of process. You're adding spices and botanicals and redistilling. But the difference is that we're kind of trying to go in a different direction. We're not adding sugar, and the botanicals and flavors that we do use, they're there to kind of complement the flavors of the rum that already exist rather than take over. If you're thinking of your kind of classic, kind of sweet, kind of cinnamony, vanilla-y, right, kind of spice rums, that's completely not the direction we're going to. You've got hibiscus, you've got allspice, you've got vanilla, you've got black tea. It's kind of things that kind of give you a certain kind of aroma and go really well with a mixer and really well in cocktails. And what we find with rum is that because rum is such a strong flavor, it's much more difficult. If you're thinking of making a gin and adding botanicals and flavors to a gin, it's so much easier because you've got a clear, almost flavorless spirit. So the way that we kind of counteract that, so you've got 4 distilleries that we've got 4 molasses rums, 3 from Jamaica and 1 from Barbados. So you have
What's in Jamaica?
Yeah,
I have to say.
Gotta have the Jamaican, man. It's all about that. That's where you're getting those fruity flavors. You guys are smelling the rum right now. You'll be getting those sort of highest fruity kind of flavors. That's all from Jamaica. So you've got Worthy Park, Hampton Estate, and Money Musk. Then you've got Barbados, Foursquare, one of my favorite distilleries in the world. It kind of adds those kind of smooth, kind of caramelly notes that you're probably getting on the nose as well. So the biggest kind of aroma that I get from the rum is caramelized bananas. But the most interesting distillery that I think we use is it's a sugarcane rum. So I'm sure a lot of you guys know most rum is made from molasses, which is but this is a sugarcane, not from a French colonized island, from the Dominican Republic. So the Dominican Republic have only recently got into making sugarcane rums. And this distillery, Alcoholes Finos Dominicanos, I hope I haven't murdered that, is only about, I think, 20 years old, or maybe even 12. And the reason we add so it's an unaged not an agricole because it's not from the French island, but an unaged sugarcane rum, is to lighten those flavors a bit so that the botanicals can come through. And when the botanicals do come through, I mean, you might not get them so much on the palate when you're sipping it. I think it's still a delicious rum to sip. But when you mix it with tonic or when you shake it in a daiquiri, these kind of additional flavors come through that I think really make it something quite special.
So sorry to cut you, Mike. So guys, for those who have your market row and your tonic, guys, let's give this a taste. We've got get your tonic water, get your rum, but you can give it a taste. Mike, do you want to go about in terms of the flavor profile, because some of these people are just waiting to taste this rum, you know?
I'll go ahead, guys. I'm so curious. I mean, this is a new rum, and I mean, like, I'm just one person. I'm so curious to see what every one of you guys think, what your tastes are, because this is, I mean, like I said, we are a very, very young company, so to have this many people tasting and trying it, but yeah, I can see people saying banana, apricot. These are all coming from your Jamaican distilleries and your high esters. For me, banana is the biggest one. I think you get the hibiscus. I don't know. A lot of you cotton heads must know a lot about hibiscus, or also known as sorrel.
And
Which is massive.
I think what's important as well, you know, we all have 5 different rums, and we all want differences. So we had obviously the Veritas, the one from Barbados, which is creamy. We've got obviously Diplomatico, Blackwell, and also Black Top, which are kind of similar but different in their own ways. But obviously this stands out as the Botanical Rum. And for those who like their sparkling drinks, this definitely goes down well with tonic. So everybody, you got your own tonic water. So let's just top it up. So hey guys, if you're gonna go to Cottons, I don't want to hear gin and tonic. I want to hear Market Row and tonic. That gin is that. No, that was pre-Corona, but post-Corona, from now on, it's rum and tonic.
That's it. That's the new thing, man. Rum and tonic. And I mean, like, I remember when I first brought this to you, Lawrence, when I first brought you a bottle, and you said I want it with tonic, and I was like, I'm still kind of getting around the idea of a rum and tonic, because it just doesn't. For me, I love a gin and tonic, but the more that I've drank it, the more I think it's such an amazing flavor, and this goes really well. Ginger beer as well. One of my favorites is Fever Tree. Have just released I don't know when they released it, but it's a spiced orange ginger ale they've released that is like amazing. And that really just sort of, I think there's so many garnishes. The great thing about having a botanical rum is that so many of the botanicals that go into it, you just chuck it into a rum and tonic, and it just adds to the flavor. Same with the kind of cocktails. I mean, when we've been playing around with cocktails, doing like hibiscus daiquiris, or making it old fashioned with like a syrup made from demerara sugar and black tea, same thing. Just absolutely, it's a really interesting product, and something that I think we really want people to play around with it, and we're really looking forward to getting out into the bar industry.
Also, Mike, what's also important, just go back to the world of rum is very diverse. It has different textures, different characteristics, different profiles. So don't think in your head rum is all going to taste the same. And depending on what part of the country, or you blend the right rums, you can get a fantastic product. So there's a rum for each and every individual. So, you know, if I want something sparkling, Market Row is going to be, or something more herbal, Market Row is the best. And Mikey, where can I get Market Row? Talk about Market Row, but where can I get it?
So it is available on Amazon. It is available on Master of Malt, Hip Flask. We're not on Whiskey Exchange just yet, but we're working on it. You can also buy it directly through our Brixton Distillery website. So at the moment, for Black Friday, we're doing 20% off. If you guys want to visit,
20% off. Okay.
Yeah, you got to get those Black Friday deals going. You know, that's so yeah. Like I said, it's a very different rum to, I think, I love all the kind of classic kind of Jamaican and sort of Caribbean rums that I've already been on this, and I think it's something new. So yeah, it's a great
Mikey, other than tonic, do you have any other alternatives at all? I have a couple of the guys asking.
So I would say ginger ale. I think it actually goes quite nicely with soda. Just a really kind of simple, kind of clean flavor. I would say, ginger beer, I think, always works. And then when you're going into cocktail, I think there's so much to play around with. Just if you're looking at the botanicals, if anyone wants to play around with some cocktails at home and buys themselves a bottle, look at the 9 botanicals that go into it, and just use those for inspiration when you're looking at hibiscus, black tea, when you're looking at red rose. Like all of those kind of flavors, they go so nicely with it. And Yeah, for me, hibiscus is the big one. I think there's it's something that you wouldn't notice straight away in a rum, and it's such an unusual idea to add hibiscus to rum. But when you're thinking of the Caribbean, you're thinking of I mean, sorrel is I guess the term you would call it there. But it's one of the biggest flavors when you go to the Caribbean. You've got sorrel squash, and it's used in so many drinks.
Sorry to cut you, Mike. Guys, tell me, what do you think about the rum and tonic? I've seen a few people say that I wouldn't try it straight. So, mate, I think personally rum and tonic is great. But, guys, please comment underneath. What do you think of it so far as a tonic? Because I think it's delicious. I don't have any ice at the moment, but you put down a rum, you got your ice, maybe a slice of orange or grapefruit, which is fantastic. Or if you've got some lime still lying around, you can put a slice of lime in there. Guys, what do you think? Tell me. Comment down below. Let me know. I want to see. What are your reactions? We like it. That's nice.
That's good to hear. It's good to hear.
Yeah,
Positive.
thumbs up. That's good. So, right, guys, thank you very much, Mikey, for joining up.
Mate, great to see you again. Hopefully catch you once this lockdown's all over.
Yeah, definitely. Go out for a drink one time, bro.
Perfect, man. All right, catch you later.
Take care. Guys, thank you very much for the... You haven't cut it off yet? Okay. Guys, thank you very much for joining on this masterclass. I hope you learned something. Origin of rum, where it's from, how's it made, how it traveled all the way from Papua New Guinea, all the way down to the Silk Road of China, to India, then from the Portuguese and over to the Caribbean, and how it was made, and the different types of rum from Venezuela, from Jamaica, different distilleries from Guyana, from Barbados, from Jamaica. It opens up your mind to what rum is about, where it's from, and no matter how dark it was, it's part of my DNA, and I need to be the one to tell the story and to be proud, because, you know, as a Jamaican, we're known for what? We're known for our music, we're known for dancing, our athleticism, and of course our rum. So I can only talk about my experiences and share that as a customer, and also make you amazing drinks. So I'm going to wrap this up. I appreciate everyone for you joining. Guys, continue to comment below, and we will see you soon. Next week is going to be the reopen. So stay tuned, follow the posts about the dates, and I will see you soon. Thank you very much, guys. And amazing.